Hi, boys and girls. My name is Dean Anson. I'm on the Laconia Conservation Commission, and this is Deb Williams, who's on the Conservation Commission also. And we're going to do a demonstration today that we've gotten off the web by an organization called PBS Kids, and we're going to show you how a watershed works. So you know that we all live in watersheds, so that's why this demonstration is important. So we've set up these containers here as a way to form some mountains so that we can get the water to flow like from these will be like the White Mountains because we're in New Hampshire.
You can use whatever you have at home. We use some cookie trays underneath it just to help capture some of the water in case it escapes.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this towel and make sure you use an old towel because we're going to use some food dye and it could get on the towel and you don't want to get your mom and dad's good towel messed up. So we're gonna put this towel on here just to help control the water a little bit, and then we're gonna put this sheet of plastic on top of the towel so that the water can flow, and you can see how it flows through this watershed. So we've made a little dam down here so that the water doesn't flow all over the floor.
And you can try this outside if it's a nice day. This is a good outside project. And if you don't have plastic, you can use a garbage bag. That works really well too. Cut it open and put it right over the top.
So what we have is we have some spray bottles with some water in it, just clean, clear water, except for Mrs. Williams. Mrs. Williams had to put dye in hers just to be different.
So that way it looks like some rainwater or maybe some snow that would be coming down.
So these are the mountains here, and here's the valley, and the valley is going to flow down, and it's going to go into our lake down here, which is going to be like Paugus Bay, and about 10,000 people that live in Laconia get their drinking water from Paugus Bay. Some people have wells, but most people in Laconia get it from Paugus Bay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to spray some water on so you can watch it flow. Can you see those little droplets are collecting in different valleys here? And now when you get enough water in the valley, then it starts to flow down. See how we got some water down here flowing down to the lake? And it's, we're having a big rainstorm here.
And you can do whatever you want with this. If you have old Matchbox cars, you could put them down here. If you had a little boat, you could put it in there. This is also a something that you could do at the lake if you wanted to make mountains out of the sand. See how the water is running down here into our lake? And it's bringing everything down with it. Whatever is on this hilltop is flowing down with the water.
So we want to show you how the watershed works so you can see the water flowing through it. But the other thing we want to do is we want to show you what happens if some pollutants get into the water, how that will also wind up in our lake down here where we're going to get our drinking water from. So we're going to put some Kool-Aid on here so that you can better see the water moving. I guess my Kool-Aid is
how it flows.
Right. Okay, so.
But you could use some food coloring, you could use cocoa powder, anything like that you could sprinkle on top that you will be able to see when it gets wet. It's going to change color.
So let's pretend that this purple that is an oil spill on the top of this mountain. Look what happens to the oil. See how it flows? See how it flows right down into the lake? And now when you go to get your drinking water from the lake, it's got oil in it. Does that sound tasty?
Or even when you go to swim.
Yeah, go swimming in it. So
when you think about the fish and the wildlife.
So we have some other materials that we could put in too.
So these little pieces of paper could represent any kind of trash, the little wrappers that you throw out the window in your car, just anything.
No, you don't throw them out the window.
Anything that you,
Mrs. Williams, you don't throw stuff out the windows of your car.
But this will make you think twice about throwing it out the window.
Definitely don't throw it out. But see how they don't all just flow with the water. Some of them just stay on the land until they get wet enough, and then they flow down. See how these guys down there have flowed? And see how they're getting in, those two yellow guys?
You can also use sprinkles.
And those little sprinkles, the thing about those is that they're solid, but when they get wet enough, they will, they'll dissolve and wind up in the water.
Look what's happened to our lake water. Now, you're not always going to see a concentration like that, but when this awful water, polluted water, hits our lakes, it is going to disperse, but it's still in there. It's not going away.
See how all this material, that if we throw trash or chemicals on the ground, see how they wind up in our drinking water? So if we want clean drinking water, or you want to swim in clean water, or you want the fish to live in your water,
Right.
we can't put this material in there. So if you want to try this, we're going to hand out a description of how to do this project. It's called Build a Watershed, and it's from PBS Kids, and it's called Plum Landing. It's supposed to plumb crazy. Okay, so do you have any questions?
And don't forget to do a good job cleaning up.
Yeah, really. Make sure you clean up. Probably
Carefully.
best if you do this outside. So, okay, thank you.